What is spiritual gravity? Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about what is spiritual gravity. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Spiritual gravity, bro, is something that God allowed me to come up with. You know what I'm saying? But spiritual gravity, it just pretty much represents how there's this gravity, bro, that's pulling everybody's heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like a spiritual gravity. You know how like we have like the physical gravity where you jump up, you gonna come right down. You know what I'm saying? You jump up, you gonna come right down. That's that physical gravity. You know what I'm saying? But spiritual gravity is like the gravity that's gonna pull people's hearts towards a certain thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to call it, bro. Spiritual gravity, bro. Know what I'm saying? To whereas you got different people out there, and I'm gonna use an example, right? Let's say you tell somebody the truth about, you tell somebody the truth, you tell somebody to fully dedicate their life to God and to fully surrender to God and follow God and this and that. But it's like these people is battling spiritual gravity, bro. There's this gravity within their heart, bro. It just gonna pull their heart towards something else, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, their heart is being pulled somewhere else. And you gotta understand, bro, like, there's so many things in life that just have a hold of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things in this world and so many distractions in this world to whereas they just have a hold of people's hearts, bro. These things is acting as spiritual gravity, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you an example, right? You got some people out there to whereas living this fake happy lifestyle, that's their spiritual gravity, bro. You know what I'm saying? To whereas they don't fully want to surrender to God. They just want to live this fake happy lifestyle. So that means that spiritual fake happy lifestyle, that's their spiritual gravity, bro. Because it's going to keep pulling them away from God. It's going to keep pulling their heart away from God. You got some people out there to whereas another person could be their spiritual gravity. You know what I'm saying? That person is going to continuously spiritually pull them away from God. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continuously pull their hearts away from God, bro. And so many different things, bro. It's like, bro, the spiritual gravity in a way is like the kryptonite. If you really want to look at it like that, the spiritual gravity is the kryptonite. Whatever thing is pulling them and pulling their hearts away from God, that's their spiritual gravity. Know what I'm saying? Soon as they trying to go to God, that thing is going to pull on their leg, bro. You better come right back here, bro. Know what I'm saying? You got people out there in toxic relationships. Anytime they trying to leave that toxic relationship, it's like there's a spiritual soul tie, bro. There's a soul tie that going on with that person. And that spiritual gravity just going to pull their heart right back to that person, bro. You know what I'm saying? To whereas that person is going to become their spiritual gravity. To whereas they can't even go follow God in peace. They cannot go follow God in peace because they are addicted to this toxic person. Know what I'm saying? They are addicted to this toxic relationship. They cannot fully go surrender their life to God and fully build a relationship with God because they are dealing with spiritual gravity. That person gonna pull them right back into the toxicity, bro, into the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You got people out there to whereas they put these career jobs above God. You know what I'm saying? That career job is that person's spiritual gravity. If you putting it above God and you done sold your soul to it, whereas you don't even have a life outside of it, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have God outside of your job, bro. Bro, you gotta have God. Like the job is the only thing that you have. Like you don't even want to build a relationship with God, bro. Your identity is in the suit, bro. You done put your identity in a suit, bro. You think just because you're wearing a suit that you're important, bro? You think just because you have a career job that you're important, bro, that you don't need God, bro? That you don't need God, bro? That's your spiritual gravity right there. Anytime, bro, It gonna keep pulling you away from God, bro. Know what I'm saying? It gonna keep pulling you away from God, bro. That's your spiritual gravity right there. Trying to tell you, bro. Bro, there's so many things that's a lot of people's spiritual gravity. It gonna keep pulling them away from God, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It gonna keep pulling them away from God, bro. Some people, they just love the world too much. The world is their spiritual gravity. And the reason why I call it spiritual gravity is because they are spiritually dying. That spiritual gravity is pulling them away from God. They are spiritually dying. Physically, they may look good. Physically, they may look like they smiling and all these fake smiling and stuff. They so dying though. That spiritual gravity is cooking them, bro. They dying, bro. Know what I'm saying? But look though, some people love the world too much. The world has become their spiritual gravity. So whereas they can't even go follow God because they love the world too much, the world gonna pull them right back into the world, bro. They dealing with that spiritual gravity, bro. Know what I'm saying? And I pray that more people get the strength from God, bro, to just break free from this stronghold of this spiritual gravity, bro. Spiritual gravity is anything, bro, that's really like pulling you away from God, bro. That's your spiritual gravity, bro. And it's like you gotta defeat it, bro. We gotta defeat our spiritual gravities, bro. Anything that's pulling you away from God, bro, that's your spiritual gravity right there. It's pulling you away from God. Now, when I say spiritual gravity, I'm talking about it from like the negative side of the spiritual gravity. You know what I'm saying? This is the negative side of the spiritual gravity. Anything that's negatively pulling you away from God, it is your spiritual gravity, bro. It's pulling you away from God, bro. Know what I'm saying? This message is dedicated to that negative spiritual gravity. Know what I'm saying? Now, if you have like spiritual gravity that's positive, that's pulling you closer to God, hey, that's good, bro. It's pulling you closer to God. Oh yeah, that's good, bro. But for this message, we're talking about the negative version of the spiritual gravity, bro. That spiritual gravity that's gonna pull you away from God. Know what I'm saying? So many distractions in this world, and they are filled with spiritual gravity energy, bro. I'm trying to tell you what I'm knowing. Y'all see it all the time, bro. These people keep getting pulled away. They cannot focus. They cannot focus on God for nothing. Know what I'm saying? You got people out here, they sleeping around with the wrong people, bro. Over and over, bro. That's their spiritual gravity, bro. Know what I'm saying? Bro, that's their spiritual gravity right there. Know what I'm saying? People is doing all types of like, they smoking, they drinking, and this and that. That's their spiritual gravity, bro. These are the things that's pulling them away from God, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many things that they could be like, they could be that spiritual gravity right there. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to talk about spiritual gravity, bro, because I feel like, bro, there's something always pulling on people's hearts, bro. If God is not pulling these people's hearts to him, bro, what is pulling these people's hearts out here, bro? Everybody's heart is being pulled by some type of spiritual gravity, bro. I don't care who it is, bro. Everybody's heart is being pulled by some type of spiritual gravity. Know what I'm saying? As long as you like become conscious enough and you're not a baby and you matured and you're not a kid or a baby, you know what I'm saying? As long as you like matured, bro, the spiritual gravity gonna start being in effect. Know what I'm saying? It's gonna pull you somewhere. Know what I'm saying? Now either it's pulling you away from God, or you could have the positive spiritual gravity that's pulling you towards God. But I'm telling you, a lot of people in this world today, bro, they dealing with a negative spiritual gravity. It's pulling them away from God. So many things. You got people out there to where they have like a dozen things that's pulling them away from God. 100 things that's pulling them away from God. That's 100 spiritual gravities. They cannot move, bro. They being pulled. Their heart is being pulled in different directions by all these different things. They are dealing with some negative spiritual gravity. It's so many things could be on your spiritual gravity. They are being pulled away from God, bro. Their hearts is being pulled away from God, bro. You could be hanging around the wrong crowd, bro. that wrong crowd right there, that could be your spiritual gravity right there. It's pulling you away from God, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much everything that I wanted to say right there. You know what I'm saying? Peace.